Hey, it's Chronologically Gaming, the only channel that's perpetually retro because we're playing every video game in order of release. Not just every console game, every arcade game, every handheld, and every computer game. Welcome everyone to At Some Point in April 1982. All these games were released at some time in April of 1982, and we last played Alien Destroyers on the BBC Micro. Let's press forward and see our next game. We're next going to the IBM PC, MS-DOS, PC-DOS. Whatever you want to call it at this point, it's Anti-Ballistic-Missile. Let's take a look at Anti-Ballistic-Missile for MS-DOS. Another one that's possibly homebrew, even though they didn't call it homebrew at the time, but made by one person, one publisher. Just have a few screenshots. Let's pop it and play some Anti-Ballistic-Missile for our IBM PC. What's it going to be like? Oh, nice. 3D graphics on a Davis disc, which is just the developer that did that. Okay, so before we begin, enemy rocket performance handicap. We're going to start with practice level enemy rockets. So Anti-Ballistic Missile by Ed Davis. Way to go, Ed. You're the commander of an anti-ballistic missile defense system. Your mission is to defend the IBM East Coast sites from the enemy. Okay, so it is Missile Command variant. The enemy has 12 missiles to fire at your 6 locations. Your missiles will destroy his if within range. You may choose the mega tonnage of your missiles, but we'll get a higher score with smaller warhead sizes. The enemy does have MIRV capability. Okay, so what size warhead do we want? Oh, us? Oh, we're going wow. Like we're chicken. Yeah, we're doing 9. And missing controls. Use the arrow keys. That's right, the cursor keys. Raise and lower sights, move to the left, and then escape key launches the missiles. Okay. Usually it's space. We'll take escape. Press any key to begin. Good luck. Let's see what Anti-Ballistic Missile fares with other missile commands. Okay, so this is not controlling with a paddle or a joystick. Kind of a underwhelming sound of the explosion considering the arcade of Missile Command. But the cursor keys it's working all right. Just doesn't feel the same without using a joystick like we've seen on the Atari computers. Oh, they're already coming at me crazy. Then he's launched all missiles. Oh, and they already did the split. Yeah, it feels very bizarre to use cursor keys to move this around when you get a lot more fidelity with the trackball in the arcades. Congratulations, you won the battle. 6 IBM locations remain. So we're protecting IBM. Now, this is not made by IBM or endorsed by IBM, but pretty funny that the developer went this route. The enemy's warhead performance is now 3. Do you want to play again? Yes. Do you want to change warhead size? No. Is it the same experience? It feels like we just finished the level and we have to tell the game to up the difficulty. Yeah, I wonder if it's just repeating it. It's not really going through levels or increasing the difficulty until we say it is. This looks and feels exactly the same. And it gets the job done. If you got a PC and you want to play some Missile Command, this will work, but we play some really good ones here on the channel, so it's not really pushing new ground for Missile Command games. Well, do we take any colors we can here on the channel? All right, do you want to play again? Yes, and we're going to say no. Wait, we said no. Why is it doing... Okay, so I want to see if we can switch the difficulty up and just get pounded in. Okay, so you know, let's in the game, let's go back in, and I want to see it destroy us when we try to play. Let's crank it up. Now that we're seeing different game modes, I want to showcase a few of them just so you can see what else it offers. Especially whenever you play this. This is the kind of game that is going as fast as the computer performance is. Okay, so let's do Mission Impossible, right? Yes. And let's still do chicken. Oh, no, you know what? Let's do 4. We'll do normal warheads. Okay, here we go. Probably going to die. IBM will not be safe now. Oh my gosh. Wait. The warhead didn't blow it up. What? What? Wait a second. Hold on. Oh, wow. Yeah, it's blowing everything up. All of the locations of IBM are being destroyed. That really wasn't a difficulty spike. It was more of making the hit detection terrible. Oh, that was my fault. That was just me not moving in the right spot. So that really shut off the cursor keys. Oh my gosh. And you know what? Just like most IBM games, whenever you die, it just crashes the game completely. All right, so there's Anti-Ballistic-Missile for the IBM PC. I really can't say anything above average for this one just because it's not doing what we've seen already on Atari or even the Coco, and we've seen lots of variants for it. I'll still say 3 stars, perfectly average for the time for Anti-Ballistic-Missile. And with that, let's see where we're going now. Our next release at some point in April is Backgammon for the ZX81. Not to be confused with the other Backgammon. This one's a hybrid Backgammon with dice. So it's a different, new, improved Backgammon, but it's pretty much the same that we saw previously. So there's the box for Backgammon on the ZX81 with all the controls that you want to play. I'm honestly not going to be playing that much of this one. We've already checked out the same title, or pretty close to the same title, on the ZX81. So here we go. Let's pop in the cassette and play some Backgammon. At some point in April 1982, published by Sinclair Research and still developed by Scion Software. Yes, what skill level do we want? 4. We want fast mode. Do we want to change anything? No. We're ready to play some Backgammon. So there you go. It rolls the dice. We're the ZX, we are you, and ZX81 is the computer, so you play against the computer, play some Backgammon, have some fun. That's what the graphics look like on the ZX81. Pretty typical of what I'd expect for a ZX81 game, but we've seen some awesome arcade games that we can play on this one. And for all the games you can play on the computer, Backgammon really isn't hitting super high on the charts, but we have tons of versions of Backgammon to go through. Of all the games we've seen at this point, I'm going to say this one is a 1.5 star game, considering everything else we see. It's bad. We played other Backgammons on home computers, and they're better than this one. Let's press forward and see our next game. We're now on the Atari home computer. This is Battle Trek. Let's see what Battle Trek's all about. Starting with the box. There we go. Voyager Software. This is by Chris Frazier. Way to go, Chris. On the Atari 400 or 800, need 32K for this one. Looks like either Battlestar Galactica or Star Trek, but I mean, it's called Battle Trek, so it's got to be doing something with a Star Trek variant, right? Here's the ad that we'd see in a magazine. Take command of the USS Ranger and let Battle Trek's high-res graphics, exciting sound effects, and joystick control turn your Atari into a battle cruiser. As commander of the Ranger, you must navigate, activate shields, manage power, and monitor enemy ships, destroying them if possible with positrons, mesons, and probes. Okay, it is a tactical strategy game. In other words, it's a Star Trek variant. All right, so then here's our 5 1/4 floppy disk. We'll be popping in our Atari computer with an example of a screenshot. Looks like mostly menu base. So here we go. Let's pop it and play some Battle Trek. At some point in April 1982 by Chris Frazier and Greg Omi and Gilman Louie. Way to go, gentlemen. Let's see what we got. I'm going to give a little fast forward nod. Picking up the vegan ship. Voyager Software presents, oh, nice intro, and high res, especially on the Atari. Even more than I'd expect from a Star Trek variant. Or a ripoff. We're not really going to be playing Star Trek. Everything's going to be different aliens, different locations. Ooh, that's pretty flashy. The faded. Whoa, yeah, this has lots of polish. At least the intro does. Voyager Software San Francisco, 1982. Okay. Oh, that's pretty cool. This one is controlled by the joystick. So I got my Atari VCS joystick. I just pushed the red button, and I'm controlling this. Look at this. The skill level is me moving up and down on the joystick. We're going to go level 1. But it's all controlled with the joystick. Pretty cool. We don't have the manual for this one or instructions. I tried to find them because anything that involves tactical or strategy, you got to know the commands, and we have nothing. So we're going to kind of wing it, see how far we can go. What I saw for reviews at the time is this one is slow, loads slow. So while it may have polish and looks very professional, it may just be a little bit too slow for us. So if they say it's too slow in 1982, then you better bet compared to every other game we've seen at this point, it's going to be slow. I'm going to go real time here. It's saying it's picking up the vegan ship, but I'm about to start a fast forward if it takes too long. Yep, still going. That cassette's going. All right, Steel Telecommunications in progress. The telecom viewer loads up. Got to get the stars in. Vegan firing. No, the vegans. They're mad that we're making them eat nothing but meat. Vegans firing and they missed. Okay, so this is like a cutscene. We haven't even started the game yet. I'm going to push my red button. Oh, it did something. Nothing's working on the keyboard. Enter and spacebar are not responding on the Atari 800. And now we go to the command center. So the game begins with an action scene, and then I guess we do our strategy after that. They get first attack. What's up with that? Not the vegans. Vegan. Location of the vegan vessels off. Shield number 3. Okay, so this is the command center. Oh, so cool. User interface is controlled with the joystick. So I'm moving up and down to say what I want to do. Let's say we want to fire some positrons. Hit the red button. And it's responding like I just executed the command. Weapon firing sequence ready. Let's see if it actually has action or it just plays out the strategy. Tracking, targeting. I'm not doing anything. It's just giving us the report. Energizing. Fire position 3. Okay, it's just acting out the command. So even though I have the joystick plugged in, there is no action itself. I'm not flying around from a first-person perspective. And after all that, we miss the target. So then we go back to the command center, I bet. Or they're possibly going to get their turn next. It's the turn-based strategy game. But all we're getting is the battle side. Nice that they jumped in right to the battle. We didn't start in space, picking sectors or quadrants. It just goes. And I bet this is them, yep. The vegans are firing! They're vegetables at us. Oh no! We're hit. 75 units damaged on shields. Quick, put some steak on the outer of the ship. Anything? Gosh, yeah, it is slow to load. Now, I want to see if there's more to this than just the action and making turn-based decisions. It's almost like we're playing a space role-playing game with random battles. Still loading. Still loading. Back at the command center. Okay, so can we move? Status? No. It looks like there isn't anything. So at first I thought it was a Star Trek variant because it said Trek, Battle Trek in the title, but it's not. It's just a turn-based strategy game, more of space combat. But instead of moving around freely with a cursor, which would be more fun, it is the tactical way to do it. All right, so yeah, this is you're pretty much going to say like what I want with the status of the ship, of the vegan ship. I can select the status, and it's so nice that it uses the Atari VCS joystick. But I gotta say, while we're not going to be playing too long on this one, look at this. It does take too long to load, and the meat of the game isn't as broad as the other games we played, as far as strategy games go. So there's Battle Trek. I actually would like to play more, just because of how well it's done. The user interface is nice, using the joystick is nice, but the loading is what really brings it down. So while I'd give this one maybe 3.5 or 4 for the presentation, I'm going to go 3 stars. Because of the loading, and it doesn't seem to have a full Star Trek experience, at least the strategy side of it. Not the TV show, I'm just talking about the genre itself. Yeah, well, for 1982, it's too bad because every command makes you wait. If they didn't have that, then it'd be fantastic. All right, so there's Battle Trek. So high hopes for it, though. It opens great. It plays good with the joystick. Let's press forward and see our next game.
These families are learning.
We're staying on the Atari computer, and this is the Bermuda Experience. Let's take a look at Bermuda Experience, starting with the box. Definitely in the Bermuda Triangle, maybe, with some alien space. This is the usual, like, looks like a homemade manual or homemade box for Bermuda Experience. Here's the advertisement flyer. This is by Crystalware. Another one. Off the coast of Florida, near the Caribbean, the icy blue waters of the Atlantic are the particularly menacing. Within this area, the aircraft and ships have mysteriously disappeared. Okay, so yeah, it's Bermuda Triangle. Many fishing boats have been found floating on undisturbed waters, half-eaten food, unfinished beers, and no evidence of struggle. Totally deserted. In this action-packed game, we try to capture some of the flavor of the mysterious area. It features scrolling techniques and high-res graphics and sounds. So yes, this is another very amazing title by Crystalware. Bermuda Fantasy. You need 40K and joysticks on this one.
The family with the
Gotta have the
Atari
joysticks.
computer is learning
So this one is 3 discs to play the Bermuda experience. This is another one that I could not find the manual for. I would love to get a scan of the manual to get more information on it, but from what I've learned with videos online and people that reviewed it at the time, it is another large game that you can play. But again, like the other Crystalware titles, it's very buggy. This one runs on basic revision A. So bear with me again as we hopefully load this without any problems. Here we go. Let's go play some of the Bermuda experience at some point in April 1982. Go, go, go. Come on, basic. Yes, I think we got it. A lot of the games by Crystalware are built on the same engine, very similar engine, but it's so ambitious. It's really impressive that they are getting a game that is top-down, usually has role-playing elements. You move around the screen and you have a scrolling world, large world to explore. And they do the same thing here with the Bermuda experience. By Mark Russell Benioff. Way to go, Mark. And we get a ditty. Cool. Yeah, I know, right? 3 discs is still big now, but we did play Time Warp. You know, that was 6. And we played a few other games that have 6 5.25 floppy disks. Okay, what is this? New game. Let's go. We want a new game with Crystalware. I believe it was John Bell that did the first engine, and then every other release after has been changed or iterated within Crystalware. But we've seen this with Fantasyland 2041. We've seen it with King Arthur's Heir. They've done a few of these that feel the same way. Lost Island, I believe was or Forgotten Island is another one. And this one looks and plays similar to that, but it's still a great experience that you can have in 1982. Much bigger and broader, and almost a precursor for what we're going to see on console. So here we go. We are playing the Bermuda experience. We're in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and as I move my joystick around, I got the Atari one in. This is me moving the boat around. We got some ocean sounds in the background. We're passing by Joel's Resort Isle. Can I dock here? Oh, I just get on land. So that's me. I walk around the island and just get off. Oh, nice touch. Okay, so they've done this in the other titles as well. You can pilot a boat, move around, and then when you get on land, you just turn into another person. Very nice touch. Let's move down south. On the left here is, I believe it says invisible, like it's an invisible wall. Not trying to hide the fact that it is invisible. And we pass by the Bahamas, and it's not just scrolling down. Look, I'm able to scroll freely like the other Crystalware titles. Pretty far, actually. And here's San Salvador. Nice. Make our way down south. Okay, it's going to load the next screen. And it takes place in modern times, and we're supposed to find the Bermuda Triangle, which will then take us to other things, like the... Oh, computer scan. Alphean ship is approaching. Okay, so an enemy is close to us. We don't see it yet on our screen. It's going to continue to remind us that, oh, someone's coming. There's Bell Island as we move around. Let's see. There's Jamaica. Nice. And can I go on Jamaica? Anything? No, nothing there. Oh, ship's still coming. And if they treat this like the other games, the battle system isn't going to be super impressive. It might be doing the same thing as the other Crystalware titles. There it is, the Alphean ship. Okay, so it's coming at us. Let's see what the battle does. Okay, they're attacking us. And now we go into attack mode, and okay, it's different. We're just choosing air-to-ground missiles, torpedoes, or launch a shell. In the past, it was pretty much just a random number generator that determined if you're going to win or not. But let's just try ground-to-air missiles. Go, go, go! Missile destroy the ship. Nice. In this one, the battle system is you just pick one of the 3, and you may get it right. So we destroyed the ship. It's again random. You pick one of the multiple choices, and possibly it'll weaken the ship. But once you find out which one it is, it just kills it. There is no hit points or anything like that. All right, now we're at the bottomless reef. Oh, and everything's turned white or misty, and then it reverts back. Hey, Puerto Rico, nice. We've restocked 15 days of food. Didn't have to push anything. It just did it. We restocked our food just going to Puerto Rico. There we go. Nice, Puerto Rico. Okay, so let's keep going down south. We're at the invisible barrier. Now, the way the game is played, When you find the Bermuda Triangle, you're going to be warped through time and space. And so the reason there's 3 discs is you pop in the disc for whatever time period you go to. So now we're in the Great Mists and Devil's Island, not looking good. Getting stormy here. Oh, and then there we go. We enter the time warp. And at this point, you put in the new disc, and I believe the first section you go to is like prehistoric times. And you explore in prehistoric times. So it has a dabble of role-playing elements to it. Very ambitious for the time, lots of fun. Something that you could play for a long time in 1982. Thank you for playing the Bermuda experience. So I still say for all the titles that you could see up to this point, this is another one by Crystalware that I can't say it's one of the best games you could play for the time. I can't go in the 5-star range, but it's so close just because of the bugs involved to play. There's a lot of open space, so they almost make the game larger than it needs to be. So I'm going to still say, of like the other Crystalware titles, I consider this one a very, very good game for the time. I'm going to say 4 stars for the Bermuda experience. Crystalware is a publisher that I had no idea what they did until the channel. Very glad I was able to check them out and see the work of John Bell and Mark Russell Benioff. It is awesome. Way before anything we see on consoles. All right, so there's the Bermuda experience. Another one that you can't play on the Atari 5200 because of Basic Revision A. All right.
We've only won.
Yeah, that's true. You do get your money's worth. Very good point. All right, with that, let's press forward and see our next game. We're now on the Apple II, and this is Bez-MX. Now, this one is a game that was supposed to be released in 1981, at least what I've heard, and I couldn't find or get a copy of this game. We recently read a magazine in Analog Computing that this game came out, and they were talking about it, had an ad for it, and I mentioned I didn't have the game, but thanks to someone that's helping us out on the channel, they brought me the game, and we got a copy to check out. So here's Bez-MX. Now you can say it's should have been in 1981 when we covered this one, but Bez-MX actually is going to get a review in the computer gaming world in June of this year in 1982. So it's still around, I guess, the same time for Bez-MX. So once again, thanks, Paul. I appreciate it. This is Bez-MX for the Apple II. Let's take a look at no box. All we have is the advertisement flyer. You're 2 virtually identical countries that share a common boundary. A strategic arms limitation treaty has made war a thing of the past. A major stipulation in this treaty, however, forbade any transportation of weaponry across the mutual boundary between the countries. As the fate of the worlds dictate, a minor electronic malfunction in one of the highly sophisticated Bez-MT or Bez-I bombers causes a training mission to turn into war. So this is a tactical strategy game. It's a strategy action simulation of war, and this one blends both arcade action and tactical strategy. How they do that is the question. So we only have a reconstructed disc for us. Let's pop in and play some Bez-MX at some point in April 1982. Another one that I couldn't get a full manual for. I'd love to have the manual to get all the commands for it, but you'll get the idea once we boot this sucker up. Bez-MX does a very good job for 1982 trying to blend arcade and strategy. So we got 3 different ways we can play: Basic War, Advanced War, or Solitaire. We're not going to do Solitaire, even though I am by myself. We're going to pretend we're playing as 2 people. I don't want to have to deal with the computer right now. Basic War slims down the game quite a bit. We're going to do Advanced War, and they're going to load up everything because I want you to see everything it has to offer. It also has, it recognized the game paddles, the Apple paddles, so do you want to use them? Yes. All right, they're initializing, loading the game up. So this is us playing as if there was 2 people here. 2 paddles plugged into the Apple II. All right, so press any key to begin the battle. And you can see the copyright 1981. Player 2 must leave because now player 1's going to do their job. Was there a lot of people playing computer games at the time with people that they just left, cover their eyes? I mean, was that really a thing? Did you get that serious that the other player was leaving the room? Because, I mean, if you got someone here to play Bez-MX, I'd be okay with them seeing some of the stuff. So press escape when you're ready. Player 2's out of here. And now it breaks the screen into 2 halves. The half on the left is for player 1, and it's going to ask what strategy do we want. If we want to move units, we can hit move, and then move things from place to place. If we want to launch units, we can launch them like missiles and so forth. And then whenever we're done on this screen, we hit escape. And then it asks what things do you want to bomb and how do you want to bomb them. And everything's displayed over on the left side. A little rudimentary as far as graphics go. Like there's a runway for an airport, buildings, and then where your units are displayed is those orange crosses. Oh, really? Another one? Yeah, so possibly we'll be seeing that one later too, right? And after you make that decision, then you hit escape. And then it describes your population strategy. You have 12,000 people. How many people do you want to work the city, site, farm, airbase, and factory? And that's all displayed over on the left. The green would be farms. Airbase is the what looks like runways, and then factories are where the buildings are. So you got to use a little bit of imagination. But it's not just doing the war simulation. It's also population, almost like a city strategy kind of thing. Nice touch. Right? It does. It looks like the giant Tetris piece over there. And then after you make your decisions here, you hit escape and asks you what you want to do with factories. So this is just one turn, by the way. Player 1 is making all these decisions for their turn, and now player 1 leaves, player 2 now takes over. We're going to hit escape and now play as player 2. Split the screen. Player 2 takes over and says, what do you want to move? Which things do you want to launch? What do you want to bomb? What do you want to defend? And then changing up your population strategy. Where are you going to move resources, basically? With what you have, you move the resources around, and it gives you more defense strategy against the enemy. And then factory strategy. And then both players are done. Now it breaks into the action side of it. Hit escape key when ready, and now I'm controlling this with a paddle controller. So whatever you decide to launch or bomb or destroy, you are able to move it around. And I'm not saying it's executing the command that you said to do. You are freely moving the paddle. You're just deciding, which units come out. And then it repeats the process. It goes and lets you make decisions on both sides. So while I'm not able to play this genuinely with someone else next to me, you have an idea of what options you get. And I would like to play this more. I'd like to dive in, get a manual, and understand more about what it is, but couldn't find a physical scan for Bez-MX. This is one we almost didn't even play or showcase at all on the channel. That we weren't even talk about it at all, because I couldn't even find a copy of it in '81. So glad we could get at least a little taste of it. I'd say for all the games we've seen at the time, it's an above average title. I'm going to say 3.5 stars, doing as well as it could, blending arcade and strategy in one. Yeah, it's got a lot of imagination there too. And with that, after Bez-MX, let's go back to 1982 and see what's next. We're going to go on MS-DOS and play some BitBat. I don't know what BitBat is, but we're going to check it out. This is another one that we don't have a box for, just a few screenshots. So let's pop in and play BitBat, released at some point in April 1982. Oh, okay, so arrow keys are mapped. Thank you so much. Another one I don't think is going to use the joystick. So this is by Albert Savoya. Way to go, Albert. BitBat. Oh man, that internal speaker. Nice. Instructions, we want delete to move right, insert to go left, spacebar to fire. What? Insert and delete? Okay, I'm game. Do we want color? Yes, we do. And spacebar. Okay, let's go. So if it's just left and right and fire, I'm guessing we're doing Space Invaders, right? Oh, the draw-in, so cool. Majority of these IBM games we've been playing, when I boot them up in DOSBox to emulate, they go way too fast. You have to slow these down to the speed that it was made for. So this is playing on an 8088 IBM PC, running at about... Wait, it's harder to focus while doing a shooter. So we're having to slow these games down because when you try to play them, everything goes way, way too fast. There's very rarely an IBM game that can continue to play normally instead of having to slow it down. So we do have some varieties of enemies, but it's pretty much just left, right, and fire. I only get one shot at a time. Yeah, the 477. Hey, they switched the colors up? Okay. This style of graphics is something that no one really tries to copy anymore. Like when we were talking about on the TRS-80. The original has a different look than other games that people that want to play retro, no one's really making that style again. Everyone's going usually for the let's make it look like the Nintendo Entertainment System, or making it look like Atari, but no one wants to go for the original color scheme of the IBM PC. Now this one I got mapped with the arrow keys, which works much better than insert and delete. But it is a different idea. Oh, that's interesting. I think that's the first time we've ever wrapped around in a Space Invaders game. Check it out. I can move to the left. It wraps all the way to the other side and back. So you have kind of like that warp in Pac-Man. You can leave the screen and come off the other side if it gets too heavy. Why have I never seen that? We played lots of fixed shooters. This is the very first one that allows us to wrap around to the other side and get shot in the face. Yeah, that's true about the clock speed. And it's not just the IBM. We're going to see other computers that do that as well. If they get upgraded, then trying to play it on something more modern, it just the game just warps through so fast. For a game that doesn't play with a joystick and a game that doesn't play as quickly as other fixed shooters, it's still alright. Because of the variety of enemies. Congratulations, you have the high score. Return to start a new game, X to stop playing, and I think it's going to do exactly... Okay, it's switching up the color. So now when we started, it didn't begin with the same color it had before. It just decides what color it wants, I guess. Alright, so there you go. There's BitBat. Pretty much all you see there is what you get for BitBat. I would say of all the games we've seen to this point, it's pretty standard. I'm going to say about 3 stars for every game we've seen up to this point. It's only controlling with 2 keys to move left and right, but I mean, works well, runs well, and a good time on the IBM PC. Oh, is that what it was? It wasn't shots, it was getting pooped on. We're already getting pooped on in 1982? Oh, man. And it's when we play games that have bats that show up, and I'm amazed that we already have annoying bats in 1982. Why? Wouldn't developers by this point realize we shouldn't make bats or birds in video games? We need to get rid of them now before they start showing up later in the 90s. I don't know. All right, so after BitBat taking over, let's see what our next game is. Okay, this is Black Max for the Commodore VIC-20. Or technically, we're going to Germany, so it's not the VIC-20, it's the VC-20. This is going to be our first title that we've ever played. There's been other titles in German, but this is for the VC-20 Volkscomputer. If you're thinking, what is a Volkscomputer? It's like the Volkswagen. It's the computer for the everyday man. That's how they advertise it in Germany. So this is Black Max with an example of the screenshot. Another one, no manual for, not a lot of information for, very obscure. Let's see what Black Max is all about. At some point in April 1982. Yes, we have a lot more coming in the 80s. Definitely. All right, we're ready to play some Black Max. Oh, it crashed. Don't worry, third time's usually the charm. Sometimes it likes to run when I try to fast forward it, sometimes it doesn't. You can do it. Yes. Kennen Sie die Spielregeln? Ja? Nein. We are asking in German, do you want to have the instructions or do you need the instructions? And we have to say, yeah, we need the instructions. How do you play Black Max? So here we go. It's going to load us up and tell us how to play in German. So all the German people watching the show, you can just translate and tell us exactly what it is we're playing from Germany on the Commodore VIC-20. That VC-20, they got to get more games out before the big Commodore system comes out later this year. I'm so excited. You have no idea. I consider the Commodore 64 like another big leap in what we're going to be seeing as far as video games go. And it's coming. It's going to take this long for the instructions. Oh my gosh. Come on, Black Max, let's go. I'm tempted to fast forward again and see what happens. Anything? Oh, no, we're on. Okay, I wanted instructions. I said, oh, okay, the question in German was, do you require, do you already understand the game? And I said yes, instead of no, I don't understand the game. But now we're in. So, Fertig? Yeah. We're ready to play. All right, so this one is another one that's not controlled with the joystick. Now, if we saw the instructions, the controls are pretty bizarre. It's PL apostrophe and spacebar. So as I'm moving around, the controls are very, very strange, but I'm playing like what looks like Pac-Man. Cannot touch anything red. Need to pick up all of the other enemies, but I'm not constantly moving. I can stop whenever I want, like on a dime. So there you go. The very first game from Germany for Germans. Oh, don't touch that. Lose points. Zeit. Move around and pick up. Can I double up dots? Okay, it does let me. All right, so you can move yourself around. Oh, every time you touch the red, then you lose. Okay, yeah, you lose some points for doing that. Uh-oh, time's running out. Zeit! Zeit! And gone. And it's not really like a maze game, even though you look like you're Pac-Man. Hey, game over. Doesn't matter what language you speak, everyone speaks game over. And punkt. Ah, nice. That's my points. 210 points. I'm doing fantastic. So you get the idea. It doesn't constantly move, but whenever you go around the screen, you pick up points needed without running on the walls. It's pretty simple for a game you can play for 1982. I like it. It's pretty fun. Doesn't move automatically either. You can just creep around, pick up points without touching the walls as fast as you can. So of all the games we've seen up to this point, I'll say 2.5 stars for Black Max. On your VC-20 Volkscomputer. And with that, let's press forward and see our next game. We're ready for anything here on Chronologically Gaming. This is Casino Games for the IBM PC. Let's see what Casino Games is all about, starting with the box. So as usual, if it's by IBM for the IBM computer, this looks like software. We're going to program Casino Games, but no, this is entertainment, just so you know. And we have the 5 1/4 floppy disk we'll be popping in. This one is by IBM. Yes, for IBM. Made by Norman O'Doyle. Way to go, Norman. With a few other screenshots that we checked out, we also have the manual for Casino Games. Hey, there we go. I won't get up front of the box, but I'll take that. Personal Computer Entertainment Series, that's pretty nice. That looks like something that Atari would do for the front of the box. So this is the manual for Casino Games. Looks like we're going to go to a casino in the 1950s. And as usual, they start their manual with, make sure you read all this. This is a manual, very important. It's just entertainment. Chill out, guys. First edition, yes, got it. Introduction. What do we need? Welcome to the exciting world of chance, the IBM Personal Computer Casino Games. You're about to play 3 of the most popular games of Las Vegas: blackjack, slot machine, and poker. So we get all 3. You and 3 other people can take turns playing against the house dealer, your IBM personal computer. So 4 people max can play this. What do we need? Oh, wow, there it is. IBM with 64K of memory. Another one with the Microsoft Decathlon needing 64K. Disk drive, color graphics, display adapter, or black and white. We're going color on here. IBM disk operating system. And then before we begin, how do you play the game or set up your disk? We'll breeze by that, because thankfully we get to just pop it and play. We don't have to go through this, but you did back in 1982. You will for a long time on the home computer. How do you copy the disk? We don't need to do that. Get to the games themselves. I'm pretty sure it's going to be easy to play a casino game. But I like flipping through the manual because it makes me feel like I'm able to smell the 1980s out of the manual. Getting started. First time you use the Casino Games disc. How to set up your disc. Casino Games. It asks for the number of players. Choose which player goes first. Each player begins with $500. If you go below 10, you choose slot machine and try to build up your winnings. Oh, so just by chance, the slot machine will help you out. If you lose all your money or break the bank or reach $1 million, you automatically start over. So you got to get to $1 million before your friends do. I can see this as a fun game if this is done well. All right, so that is not the whole manual, but we'll see if we need to go back and look at it. All right, let's pop in and play some casino games for the IBM PC, released at some point in April 1982. What color display do we want? We're not going black and white. So you can use the controls on your TV and adjust the picture. We got it down. Red, blue, and green look fantastic. The most high-quality color you can have in 1982, right there. And then we saw this also on the Microsoft Decathlon. They did the same thing. Type 1 or Type 2. I don't know. It's like going to an eye test or your eye doctor. Which one looks better? I'll do Type 1. There we go. On IBM. All professional here. Press return to continue. Let's go. Man, I love that internal speaker beep. I can't really say they're making the one-channel speaker sing, but on IBM, this is pretty good. We're going to the casino. Make sure you tip the waitresses. In casino games, as 4 players can enter the casino, how many people are going to be entering the casino today? So I got, we'll make it 3 today. First letter maximum, so I'll start with Chrono, player 2, L. Curtis B, and Chip 2. We're all going to the casino. What do we want to play? Let's play some poker and see what that one's like. Oh, I can pick. So Chrono is going to pick poker. I guess they give everyone a chance to pick one of the options, even though you're all going to be at the same keyboard. Chrono, the ante is 10. Do you wish to play? Yeah, I do. There we go. Now, how do we play with 3 people because everyone else can see my cards? So I'm first to bet. Let's do minimum. Oh, they make it really easy. You just put in the command and then it puts your bet in. Dealer sees the bet. So it's just me playing against the dealer. This means we're really not playing poker with each other if you have 4 people. It's just deciding what game you want to play, and then only you play that game against the house or the IBM PC. Which cards you want to discard? So it is 5-card draw. Let's discard the 3 and 4. Oh, nice. Got a 2 pair. They'll take 3 cards. All right, can we do bet? Okay, so you can do a bigger bet. Let's go 50 and see what the dealer does. See the bet, call it. Nice, we got it. 2 pairs, 1 pair, and we won! The pot got 140 bucks. And I'm guessing when it's next player... Okay, so even though I selected poker, then the next player, L. Curtis B, does the ante if they want to play or not. So they can say no. Like, I didn't want to play poker. I didn't pick this. They could if they wanted to. And they do their turn, play some poker next after that. And then, what do we got? 2, 5. So let's get rid... let's do minimum bet. And you just push 1 key to do the minimum bet. Now, at this point, video poker or video gambling is already out there. So this isn't something like wave of the future. It is very new, but this isn't like the very first way you could play this. Yeah, I am counting cards. Did anyone play this in the early 80s and actually bet like real money while they were playing the game at their house? Bring your friends over. All right, let's discard 2 and 4. Get rid of those. Oh, didn't get anything good. Sorry, L. Curtis B. And we'll just do no fold. We're out of here. Computer wins. They take the money or they take the pot. And then Chiptune gets the choice. Do you want to play poker? Yes or no? That's the shuffle sound. That's nice. And you can say no. Yeah, there's a reason I don't go to the casino either. All right, do I want to play? I'm going to say no. Wait, how do we... Oh, we have to escape. Okay, there you go. So you hit escape. That returns to the menu. And then you can pick a different game. Let's check out Blackjack. Most likely looks the same as the other ones. Okay, so it is. L. Curtis B picks the next game. So let's say they want to pick Blackjack. Push number 1. They're going to shuffle a sec. It's just like real life shuffling. Okay, so minimum bet we'll do for El Curtis B. They're going. Looks like he got 12. Definitely going to hit that. 18. Sure, we'll stand at 18. Oh, they had 20. Dealer wins. Of course. As they always do. Chiptune. Chiptune's going to go crazy. Can we do 400? You can. Oh, yeah, there's no minimum bet. Nice. Oh, we got 7. We got 8. We'll hit. Okay, there we go. 19. Stand. Nice. Oh, bust, bust, bust. Yes. Oh, and Chiptune wins. All right, so right from this, even though we didn't... Oh, you know what? I want to check out the last one. Let's go back. That was pretty good. And check out what slot machine's like. Oh, wow. Got to use a lot of imagination here. How much do we want to bet? I'm going to go nuts and 500. Press spacebar to pull the handle. That's what I wanted to see. How are they animating the handle? Using different symbols. The rare ones on the ASCII table. You won't see as much. Okay, there we go. Alright, I got the idea. I would say presentation's pretty good for casino games. It's another one, though, I can't really push above an average game. If you wanted to play casino games, this is it. It works really well, plays really well. So I'll just still say 3 stars for casino games. There's a lot of other things you could be playing that are better on home computers besides casino games, but done very well. And with that, let's see what our next game is. Here we go, another big one. This one is on the Apple II, the Caverns of Freitag. Freitag? I'm going to say Freitag. Let's take a look at the Caverns of Freitag, starting with the box. This one is by Muse Software. Yes, Muse Software. You know them, you love them. Going to get into some role-playing video games. Let's flip it over in the back. They even have examples of screenshots, the title of the game too, with some quick blurbs about what the game is. Just picture yourself in 1982 going into the computer store and seeing this box brand new for the first time and buying this game. If you have no idea what this game is, get ready. This is awesome. But it's just cool to think of this as at some point this was brand new going in and playing this game, which is an exceptional game. All right, so what other artwork do we have for the Caverns of Freitag? There is the alternate box. You can see the sticker of the Apple II down on the bottom, and the 5 1/4 floppy disk that we'll be playing on our Apple II. Out of the sleeve floppy disk with an example of the screenshot, we have the manual. You gotta have it. Check it out. Yes. There we go. Nicely well done. You're obviously going to be playing to destroy whoever Freitag is. The dragon in the background, I guess. Yes, there's black mold on all this stuff. It's vintage. All right, this is by David Shapiro. Way to go, David. Your objective. Your mission as the Thichu warrior is to seek out and slay the evil dragon Freitag. Oh, the evil dragon, who lives in the caverns and end his reign of terror over your homeland. You have many obstacles to overcome first, monsters, wizards, and the maze-like caverns themselves, and limited means to do so. Good luck, warrior. That is your objective, killing the evil dragon Freitag. How do you start? Insert the disc, that helps. Then name your warrior skill level and game speed. Game speed, press return. Okay, so the command of this game is played on the keyboard only, no joystick. All movement is by the keys that are clustered around the H. And if you hit the G key to move diagonally up and right, you can hit the U. Wait, what? And to hit the U key, hitting H will keep you positioned where you are. Oh, okay, I see. So there's the controls also for combat. If you want to attack, you hold down the control key, and then you use those keys to attack in that direction. You have 2 weapons, a sword and a bow with 12 arrows. You enter the caverns carrying your sword, which you can use to attack creatures that are next to you. The bow can shoot things that are further away. However, it cannot be used to fight creatures that are right next to you or in diagonal directions. To switch weapons, you press the space bar, and if you go to an N, it's the haven for you. Every time you re-enter it, you have many options for refueling. While on the N, you push A, and you buy arrows with your gold. If you press P, you buy additional hit points. So P is pretty much just healing yourself. They appear as a dual number with a slash between them. For example, 425 out of 425. The number to the right tells you the total number of points. Okay, it's basically explaining us what hit points are in 1982. What's a role-playing game, man? And then you also have magic spells. We have one magic spell that we can cast on our travels. The Charm of Sir Robin. Bravely bold Sir Robin. We need that one. How do you activate the spell? You hit escape. It turns you temporarily into a long-legged bird, allowing you to run twice as fast and escape from monsters that pursue you. There's some drawbacks, though. While it's active, you can't do anything but run. You can only use movement keys. All others will be ignored. Since this spell is very tiring, you'll have to rest after it wears off and lose 2 turns. Press the escape key again if you want the spell to end before it wears off naturally. So you have display modes in the game. We have 1, 2, and 3 keys identify modes 1, 2, and 3. In mode 1, this is the main graphics mode, or the way you'll be playing the game for the most part. If you press letter 0, it turns messages on or off, because this is an action role-playing game, a very well-done action role-playing game. If you have mode 2, this is where you represent yourself in a little window in the upper right corner. Each character is represented by a symbol. You're an asterisk, monsters or letters, walls or blocks, and it shows you useful information like how many hit points you have left, how many arrows, how much gold you have, and so on. So that's the second mode. And then the third mode is the magical map, which allows you to zoom out and see everything on a 24 by 40 display as opposed to the normal 10 by 9. And then healers are identified by the letter H. They are your allies. They can help you regain valuable hit points lost in battle with monsters. Notice that whenever you move to the end of the screen, a scene is replotted automatically with you at the center. If you want to recenter yourself, you hit the colon key, and then sound to turn on and off is S. And then this is just the back of the box. Now, so this one is such an influential game. The Caverns of Freitag was cited as one of the influences to Dragon Slayer in Japan. The first Dragon Slayer, which essentially was the granddaddy of all action role-playing games ever for Japanese home computers. This game, so this is big, really big. Let's pop in and play The Caverns of Freitag, released at some point in April 1982. Really excited to show this one and play this one. This is another one that I could sit here and play all day if I wanted to. Ignore the title screen. It is not the genuine one. It's cracked by someone else. Having some fun with the developers, but it is by David Shapiro. Very well done, by published by Muse Software. All right, so this one is an action role-playing game that does it right and makes it simple. So they don't make it too complicated. Not to say that Wizardry or Ultima are too complicated, but it's done more like an arcade game. A very well done action role-playing game. What is your name? We are Chrono. What skill level do you want? Let's go skill level 1 because we're brand new to this. And then game speed, let's do 25 because this one is action. It's real time whenever you play this. One moment while I awaken the monsters. Oh gosh. Here they come. So the only thing that'd be weird if you didn't know the manual, if you didn't have it, was the controls. So as I move into the screen, you can see I started off on the end. Go over the treasure chest. We found 19 gold coins. I didn't have to do anything. Let's switch to spacebar and attack. Fire. Yes. Uh-oh, he's getting close. So I just switched to my bow and arrow. And this is one that I played a little bit before doing the stream, preparing for this. This is a blast. It's almost like a borderline gauntlet. So you can see there's enemies that are moving around. And it's real time. Down at the bottom of the screen, you can hardly see it. There's a orange bar that moves across, showing you turns. And as you play, that's the movement of everything. And so whenever you increase the speed, the orange bar is going to move really fast. Enemies are going to come at you really quick. And then check out the different game modes. We have the View Screen 2, which simplifies everything in the top right corner, but it's still real time. You can see the asterisk moving across. It's still moving real time. And you can see the monsters move around the maze, just represented as something smaller. It shows us our rank, which right now we're cannon fodder. Our hit points, arrows, gold, experience, and then tells us that we're holding a sword. So I'd say the next mode is the map one. So this one zooms everything way out and doesn't show monsters, but it shows you where to go, and you can see where everything is. All right, so we'll go back to 1. Notice how fast that loads. So cool. All right, so I'm going to switch to our bow and arrow. How many do we have left again? We only get 10 left. Okay, so if we need to, we can buy money at the inn. And I think it was A, right? Yeah, there you go. So we just bought, I just pushed the button. It was so fast. You use gold and you got arrows just like that. And then go back to this screen. All right, so we're going to make our way around. There they are. Firing arrows. Go, go, go. Oh, no. And that's us getting hit. Oh, the snake is attacking us. Switch. There we go. Okay, how much did that hurt us? That's not too bad. Okay, and then if you want to have the, you know, let's document everything that happens in the role-playing game, you can turn messages on, I believe with M. No, O, that's right. O turns messages on. So now whenever anything happens, it'll be displayed on the screen. I'll show you what it's like. Let's move ourselves over here. Next screen, you see it's redrawing and centers us, which is nice. Okay, found 48 gold coins. I'm going to go back to the inn. Use that to buy some more arrows with A. Oh, we went up a level. So when you go back to the inn with your experience points that you gained, then you gain a level. So what are we now? We're the stable boy. We upgraded from cannon fodder to stable boy. Nice. All right, so now that we got more arrows, I'm going to get my bow and arrow out. Make my way down. Yeah, I just get gauntlet vibes. Oh no, too close. Switch to sword. And we can remove the messages. It's just displaying right now. Kill him, quick. Got him. Blocked with the shield, nice. There we go, got him. All right, so then you can check our stats. Looks all right. Hit points went down a little bit, but not too bad. And then let's turn off messages. Yeah, turn them off. So you get the idea of how it works. All right, now we'll move down. If I go to the big map view, you notice how it doesn't tell us where the treasure chests are. But I do like how it starts you off. By the way, we're starting off with everything because we picked the level of difficulty. So you can make this a lot harder and a lot faster the way the enemies move. See, I'm getting chased by another one. Attack him that way. And all I do is hold down control and then attack. Let's try to see if I can lure this guy over here. Oh, wow, he's fast. Nope. Switch. You can't fire bow and arrows at point blanks. So still going at him. Make our way over on this side. And now we're going to the right side of the map. Got another killer moth. What are we looking like for stats? Okay, 121, not too bad. Now, the game is running at about half speed. So if I wanted to, you can crank this up and the enemies move really fast. And you got to make decisions really fast. Lots of fun, but simple to attack. But it is an action role-playing game. Done very, very well for the time. All this and more on the Apple II. Uh-oh, wait, I'm feeling weak. Why? Oh no, we need to get to an inn. There is different inns in different places of the map. So I'm just going to hopefully take a guess that there's another inn nearby. And I can use this to help me out. So that's a monster and, okay, so nothing there. Let's go to the top right and see if we find one. We'll attack the snakes that are here. And in true fashion to most early role-playing games, you're going to need to grind. Oh, that looks way powerful. You've lost a lot of blood. Oh, gosh. 44, so we're just finding money. So, there's the death sound. Don't get flanked again. You're dead. Press any key to play again, and then you put your name in. This time, let's do skill level 9. Speed, 50. They're going to awaken the monsters. The longer you play this one, you're going to be needing to grind just a little bit because you have to build up your level. All right, let's see what happens now. Oh, maybe speed 50 slow. Oh yeah, the difficulty level's there. Okay, speed 50, it looks like it's slow. The orange bar is moving really slow at the bottom. We found a magic sword. Nice. And then after you grind enough levels, you move to the end, you level up, and then when you get more money, you can buy it for more provisions, or bring your health points up. And so it's simple in execution, but it's really fun. Oh, he's gonna kill me a bit, right? Yeah. Because we played on such a high difficulty, we died fast. Like usual on Chronologically Gaming. Alright, so let's do skill level 9. Let's do game speed 1. This must be the fastest of the fast. If 50 was a lot slower, I'm curious to see what 1's going to be like. Oh my gosh, yes, there we go. And you can see the different enemies around. Gosh, yep, moves quick. Looks like Satan's coming after me now. Alright, so there you go. A brief taste of the Caverns of Freitag. I'd say I would want to keep playing this one because it's a role-playing game or an action role-playing game done better than other ones we've seen. I'm going to say, of all the games we've seen to this point, I'm going to give Caverns of Freitag 4.5 stars. Lots of fun. And one I would love to have in 1982. So there you go. That is where we're going to end our evening. Some of the best games, at least this one, is one of the best games you could play from 1982. Really impressive for the time, too. That's all we're going to be doing for our video games this evening. Push pause, hit escape, hit the break key, whatever you want to do. That's all we got for today. And like I always say, it doesn't take 2 people to make a video game. Hey everybody, thanks for checking out the channel and joining me on my quest to play every single video game in order of release. We'll be streaming live every weekday at 9 p.m. Central, so join us and let us know if we missed any games along the way. This video would not be possible without Launchbox, RetroArch, and MAME. Tell all your friends there's some crazy guy named Chronologically Gaming trying to play every single video game. We have links down below that'll send you to places like our Discord and Patreon, and one that says all the video games we've ever played. If you go there, it's a list of everything, and you can click right to the game you want to see. Chronologically Gaming is the name to look for. We are perpetually retro, and we will catch you next time.